Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good evening, everyone. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So take a moment to settle ourselves in the present moment. So while reciting Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's name mantra together, refresh your refuge practice as well as generate altruistic motivation for rest of one's existence. And in particularly this very session to be most beneficial for yourself, for your family members, the rest of the sentient beings, all the way up to the ultimate benefit of enlightenment. Kange dozen ezone dawa damje mambe jira dambe june denze bango dam denga jaze lo. Tony ni jezun do jube lam zeje zejo kanji dendenge chana bemo denzi nyazo la zo wa denzo la ju zinge. Thank you. Yeah. So tonight the topic is on Guru Yoga or the Guru devotion practice. The advice to the Guru devotion, on the 9 attitude of Guru devotion. Today is our last session, so I will go through the text that that Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche have compiled. Yeah, so this 9 attitude of the Guru devotion, or the advice, or the guidance, or the practice in relation to thoughts and action, in relation to Guru devotion practice or Guru yoga practice, in thoughts and practice. It is very much the qualified. It is very much the characteristic of qualified disciple. The attitude, the 9 attitudes, such as the practice of 50 verses on Guru, on Guru yoga practice, and the 9 attitudes are the very much quality or the characteristic of a ripened disciple, qualified disciple, to the Guru. These are the quality that whoever aspire for genuine liberation from samsara, genuine liberation from the control of karma and delusion, worldly concerns, then these 9 qualities that we need to develop. Without achieving sustainable qualities such as the 9 attitude that we're going to discuss, won't able to receive maximum benefit of the Guru, even you happen to have a Guru who is actually enlightened Buddha. If we, as a student, carry this 9 attitude as our quality, sustainable quality, then even the Guru happen to be just one ordinary person, just very much ordinary like oneself. But then because of equipping this quality in the disciple of yourself, you're able to receive all the benefit up to the actualizing state of full enlightenment. The entire benefit just directly relying on the actual Buddha. So so therefore, yes, of course, such intense, profound practice, as a beginner like us, who is very fragile in the sense, so easy to get misunderstanding, so easy to get misunderstand, so easy to overpower by our past habitual delusional imprints and environmental factors. So easy to degenerate these qualities, even if in case you have developed them, but it is so hard to carry as a sustainable practice. Carry as a sustainable practice. So therefore, this practice, should practice in relation to finding qualified guru. So these 9 attitude of practices are practice in relation to having qualified guru. The qualities that we have quite broadly discussed on the first and the second and the third session. So those of you who have not attended the earlier sessions, then you can refer to those recordings. This practice of attitude should should cultivate on the basis of having all the the preliminary criteria that we discussed before. Otherwise, for ordinary individual to really to have sustainable such an attitude of practice is not easy. Not easy. The obstacles are very advanced in our system, especially delusional obstacles such as the ego. Then on top of that, we also do have a certain cultural influence that which really to bring ourselves down to earth to practice these practices sustainably, joyfully, and truthfully. It's not easy. These practices can carry on sustainably when we are fully prepared. When we are fully prepared with all the the preparatory practices, such like carrying basic students' qualification, like the 3 qualifications that Arya Deva have mentioned, the non-partisan, basic wisdom, then effort, joyous effort. Then the guru also, not just, there's a saying, the guru is not something that you have chosen like a dog meeting a fresh meat. That very much meaning that guru have chosen based on your emotion. You suddenly you get emotional inspirations, emotional kind of aspirations, liking. Then you, without any investigation, without taking time to really check carefully whether you can really establish the guru-disciple relationship on the basis of those basic qualifications in the guru as well as in oneself. That is very much regarded like dog meeting fresh meat. For dog, if you see fresh meat, whether inside got poison or no poison, doesn't matter, just grab it, So many of the cases when this what do you call when first time meeting spiritual path, then sometime this and also there's a lot of glorified advertisement of the gurus. Then you make a you make a commitment, especially commitment of receiving initiations, receiving oral transmissions, receiving vows, precepts. But then you are kind of like hooked or chained into the guru-disciple relationship. Then later, when the guru, either from the guru side, behave, worldly way, or even the guru don't behave in a worldly way, but then because of ourselves, students not ripen, then we project our own flaws in the guru. Then you start to have a doubt. You start to degenerate your faith, and then the relationship is start to turn into sour, unhealthy. Then that's very sad and very obstructive for our spiritual growth. So therefore, this guru devotion practice is something that really need to take time, because it is one of the most important part that we need to actualize. And once you relate to the guru, then the path has to be carried on sustainably, purely. Like Lamrim, there are stages of realization on these on the Lamrim, including initial realizations on renunciation, eventually realization on wisdom or emptiness, realization on bodhicitta, including enlightenment. Solely depend on how perfected practice of Guru Yoga that you have, Guru devotion that you have. If the Guru devotion, the foundation, the basis, the Guru devotion practice is intact, the rest of the realizations come by easily. If the Guru devotion practice is not pure, how much hard work you invest, how smart you may be, how long time you practice, is so hard to gain realization on the stages of the path. So therefore, there's a saying, there's so many mantras, unbelievable, powerful mantras out there, but there's no greater and there's no more powerful mantra than the supplication to your guru. There's no more powerful mantra than the supplication to your guru out there. Even surpass the mantra of wisdom, which regarded the unsurpassed mantra. But in comparison to the supplication to guru, is even more surpassed. You see. Then yoga. There's so many yogas out there. Even highest yogi, tantric yogas. But there's no greater yoga than Guru Yoga. There's no greater, there's no more effective yoga than Guru Yoga out there in our spiritual practice. Then there's so many Buddhas out there, which all are perfected in their skills, their blessings, their compassion, their wisdom. But the guru's blessing, the channel through the guru, the receiving blessing is the supreme, most nearest to you, most powerful, and most effective. Even comparison to the 10 direction Buddha's, skillful means and capabilities to grant blessing to us. You see, so therefore, you see, if our purpose of engaging in Buddhist practice is for liberation, then we need to put effort in actualizing perfect Guru devotion practice, Guru Yoga practice, so like that. Yeah. There are so many stories, factual stories, that just focusing on the practice of Guru Yoga, actualize, realization within short period of time with much ease. So there's one great master called Sakyapandita. So um, he mm, so he served his guru, Venerable Thapa Jansen, when Venerable Thapa Jansen was ill. By serving, perfectly, by serving, wholeheartedly, just that alone, um, he saw in Guru Thapa Jansen the absolute Manjushri. He had a direct vision of Manjushri, like that. Then all the knowledge on the five signs, naturally actualize. Then there's one great Tibetan master called Chichen Tempa Rabje. His tutor, Ngawang Chojo. So when his tutor Ngawang Chojo was ill, then again he become like the nurse, taking care of the ill guru. Then without any hardship, he actualized direct realization on emptiness. So then, like such as Geshe Zopa, the great Katamba master Geshe Zopa, whose main guru was the Lama Atisha. So when Lama Atisha in his old age, and he was sick, and Geshe Zopa, the way he served, like very much like the nurses. Of course, some nurse, they really with unbelievable compassion and the way how they serve. But then some nurse, even as a job, the way how they serve is unbelievable when someone is sick like that. So when Lama Atisha was so sick, so his species, the poo-poo just without control, everywhere. Then Geshe Zopa used his own bare hand to clean. Even the gesture is like as if like collecting relics, and the way how he put those like a poo-poo outside, with it's so much gesture of respect, seeing his the qualities of the Buddha like that. Then the skillful means the respect from body, speech, and mind, in the service. Then not only that, throughout the time when Geshe Zopa was with the Lama Atisha, so Lama Atisha has so many great students. Some are great scholars, great meditators. So Geshe Zopa, in fact, have no time to study, no time to meditate. He has to full-time take care of Atisha. Then also he need to find all the resources to feed Atisha. So he has to, it's a very nomadic kind of life. So has a cow for to take care of cow, to make clothes, etc. Then at the same time, the rest of the chores that he need to do. So there's one great meditator, one of the Atisha's student, one great meditator. So he thought that among three of us, three kind of main, disciple, I could be in the state of highest realization because I get chance to meditate. The other one says, a meditator, he does meditation, but he didn't get chance to study much. I'm a scholar, so maybe my realization will be higher. So Geshe Domdamba just didn't even think about realization. He just did his job, just serving the guru. So later, Atisha, through his clairvoyance, realized such a mysterious things going on. So he called all these three disciples, and Atisha said that I need to, kind of mark your stages of your realization. So the Atisha said that Geshe Domdamba was the number one, the highest realization on the path. Then second one is the scholar, and the third one is the meditator. So like that. So so there are many, so the main thing why Domdamba, Geshe Domdamba achieves such a high level of realization, because of he get opportunity to serve the Guru. He get opportunity to serve both in thoughts and action. That's his main sadhana. That's his main focus. Because of that, and the reason is, that there are so many purification practices out there. So many, like such as Geshe Zopa practices, 35 Buddhas practices, etc. But there's no greater purification practice than serving Guru that would purify our karma. So Geshe Domdamba, because of serving the Guru, so purify the karma, and that's how he actualized realization. And the Guru, there are so many objects where you can accumulate merits, such as refuge field, such as like Lama Zopa merit field, etc., etc. There, all the Buddhas are the object of merit field, but then when you actualize your Guru as the central object of your merit field, and there you accumulate merit, such as practice of seven limb practices, etc. Like such as so there's no greater there's no greater object than the Guru where you can accumulate extensive merit. Because of that, that's how that Domdamba had achieved such a high level of realization. And there are so many other stories, like like how Naropa relate to his Guru, how Milarepa relate to Lama Marpa. Then even whatever action that you relate to the Guru, create inauspicious or auspiciousness. If you relate to Guru, your verbal, physical, thought gestures with auspiciousness, then that creates so much meritorious auspiciousness in your spiritual development. An example, when Milarepa offer Marva MD copper basin, because of offering MD, create inauspiciousness. Create inauspiciousness. But then, because of the offering made, accumulate extensive merit. But then on top of that, because the basin is so big, so then Marpa bang the basin and make loud sound and create the auspiciousness of that Milarepa going to be extremely famous and famous in his spiritual journey, and that will reach the fame with a blessing, to numberless sentient beings, And so it's so true. Like in Tibet, one of the greatest saint, like Milarepa, that how much that he's reach out of his of his blessing through his inspiration. So so therefore, when we relate to the Guru, once you establish Guru-disciple relationship, and that person, like very much like naturally or automatically become so powerful to you in relation to accumulating merit, in relation to accumulating auspiciousness. So as a disciple, we need to create that auspiciousness in relation to Guru. You see, so like that. So even in the visualizations, when you do Guru Yoga practices, when you do mandala offering practices, supplication. You should do as advanced as possible, as extensive as possible. Like that. Well, mm, mm. So then, yeah, yeah, mm, yeah. Okay. So the advice to correctly follow the virtuous friend with the thoughts and action, the 9 attitudes of Guru devotion. So in this text, there's a refuge practice. So it is very much, the text can use for your meditational guide. To first we train in our thoughts, then try to apply, this practice into action. So when you do, when you take this text as a form of a guide to meditation, then you start with refuge. So he said, I request my kind, perfect Guru, who is more extraordinary than all the Buddhas, please bless me to be able to follow you, the qualified perfect Guru, with great respect in all my lives. Also it's a supplication. Realizing that correctly following you, the kind, perfect Guru, the foundation of good qualities, is the root of happiness and goodness, I will follow you with great respect, not forsaking you even at the cost of my life. Yeah, the correctly following in thoughts and action to the Guru, it serves as the causes, the root causes, or the foundation to all the qualities all the way up to enlightenment. And correctly relating to the Guru also serve as a root to all the happiness in one's life, happiness and goodness in one's life. Happiness comes from result of merit. Suffering comes from negativities. So when you relate to Guru, your negativities start to purify. That's how bring to end to suffering. When you by relating to Guru, you accumulate merit. That's how you create abundance of causes for your happiness. So with understanding of that, then I will follow with a great respect, not forsaking even for the cause of my life. So you will never degenerate the relation, the pure relation, your relation to the Guru, even cause of your life. The same. So the 9 attitude. The first one, thinking of the importance of the qualified Guru, I will allow myself to enter under your control. May I be like an obedient son, acting exactly in accordance with the Guru's advice. So here, thinking of the importance of qualified Guru, as I mentioned at the beginning, this practice has to be established on the basis of the preliminary practices, such as actualizing your basic quality, actualizing basic qualities of the Guru. So this practice is to practice by qualified student to the qualified Guru. The practice is in relation to qualified student to the qualified Guru. Then literally you can practice like this. Then this that's the greatest practice that you can claim, most powerful practice you can claim. So the qualified, after relying on the qualified Guru, then I will allow myself to enter under your control. So that qualified disciple then completely surrender yourself under the control of your Guru. So now you see, even this just word, I will allow myself to enter under your control it's a big word. It's not easy practice, see, to allow yourself under control of someone. That's not an easy decision, isn't it? But you can make that decision if you carry this basic 3 qualification of student, and if you found, guru who at least carry, basic, like let's 3 qualifications. If possible, the 10. If not, at least someone who is knowledgeable, someone who is ethical, and someone who is compassionate. Or like what the Maitreya have emphasized in the Mahayana Sutra, that someone that who is pacified, someone who carry the practice, someone who live in the practice of 3 higher training in moral ethic, higher training in concentration, higher training in wisdom. So yeah, if the guru live in the practice of moral ethic, then even you completely submit yourself under his or her control, you will never get harmed. You will never get disappointed. On top of that, it's someone who has the certain degree of training in concentration, that even the guru in actual fact happen to be ordinary person, and arises delusion, but then with the tools, the antidote tools of concentration, able to control their mind, control their emotion. Even they arise attachment, but then they control their mind from expressing it. Even they may arise anger, but then they control by expressing it. Even they may arise some negative thoughts towards the student, but then through the concentration or training, they're able to control their body, speech, and mind, causing harm to the student, because of they have this the control of their emotion. Then they shape their mind, they shape their body, speech, and mind to make sure that you only deliver beneficial deeds to your student. Then on top of that, someone who is living in the practice of selflessness, emptiness, best realized, if not at least, whose main meditation is on selflessness, on emptiness. So that way, you will do all the benefits to the disciple without any self-interest, without any expectations from the student. It's solely offer benefit selflessly, like that. So or someone who is so compassionate. When someone is compassionate, when the teacher, the main body practice is compassion, then will never have even thought of causing inconvenience to the disciple, causing harm to the disciple, isn't it? Only want to elevate from suffering. In relation to that, then the guru will put effort to offer whatever knowledge that they have to the disciple. So like that. So once so this qualified disciple, put yourself under the full control of your guru, then you should behave like this. May I be like an obedient son, acting exactly according to the guru's advice. So here, the like in an example, this obedient son, how they would behave in relation to their father's guidance, isn't it? Similar way, here the spiritual son, you will behave exactly like that, in relation to your guru, without any questioning, without any doubt, you follow exactly like the obedient son. How the obedient son would follow their father. So, in fact, the the um, the relation, the intensity of the relation between spiritual son and the spiritual father is numberless times greater than comparison to even to those who is most beloved is a child to the most beloved parent, or most obedient son, in relation to the most kindest father. This the strength of this, the spiritual father son relation is beyond our imagination, in our worldly example, in our worldly example, like that. Here, when the student, when you carry this basic qualification, the student understand the value of the teacher. You see, the son's understanding, in a common, in a conventional life, the son's understanding the value of the father is very much within this lifetime frame. But then spiritual son's understanding the value of the spiritual father is beyond this lifetime's benefit, all the way up to the benefit of enlightenment, you see. So therefore, when you get into a very, deep practice in this, when you really understand the Guru Yoga practice, then whenever you think of your Guru, it's the most heart-touching. Even the tears will fall, and, the goosebumps will stand up, and it will never degenerate. That affection, that kind of devotion, that kind of trust, that kind of faith, that kind of conviction, to your spiritual father. You will come into a time in the life, in your spiritual journey, that the closest relation among all the humans that come in your life will be your spiritual guru. You see, and we have to develop up to that stage. And that is very much based on knowing the value of your spiritual teacher. Like even father, mother, unbelievable, precious. But their benefit to us is very much within this very lifetime's concern. But as far as concerned with the spiritual's relation to in spiritual, the relation to spiritual father is ever lifetime being your guide, ever lifetime, being your parent, producing all the spiritual benefit all the way up to enlightenment. You see, then when you are in difficult time, when the obstacle comes on your path, in your path, along the journey, the first person that comes in your heart is your guru. When you are so happy, the first person comes into your heart, it will be your guru. And when you are sad, the first person come to comfort you is your guru, and you will think of your guru. You see, so that's so intense that now, every moment, even when all our conscious are losing, essential conscious are losing, even when we go through the most difficult time in the death process, one thing that is so vividly present is memory of your guru, thinking of your guru, and just because of that, guru protects us, from all the harms by hallucination or disturbances throughout the death process. Then not only that, even at the clear light, you see your guru, the absolute guru, which is the Dharmakaya. You see, you relate, you've been trained throughout the life that until that you see, the absolute guru. By relying on the conventional guru, now you able to, see. The moment you see clear light, you see your absolute guru, which is the Dharmakaya. Then there, because of the seeing guru in Dharmakaya, there, when the clear light arises,
that cause you to actualize your resultant guru, which is yourself being in the state of Guru Buddha, yourself actualizing the state of Guru Buddha, yourself becoming the Buddha. And who caused that? Your guru caused that. You see. So so in lifetime we have to develop so intense the connection that until that you really achieve the Guru Yoga, the definite Guru Yoga even now, which is meaning that you absolutely see you are inseparable from your Guru. You and Guru is just oneness. There's no element that you can separate. Your being, your absolute heart, your Buddha nature, which you carry is absolute Buddha, absolute Guru. That's your Guru. You see. So then, as I mentioned before, in every experiences, the Guru is the first person to come into celebrate with you, come to rescue you when trouble comes. So you see, so it will become like that after you really understand the full benefit, full meaning of the Guru Yoga practice. Then eventually you become like that. It become natural to you like that, and that is so beneficial that it will even bring the possibility of just with that alone practice causing one lifetime enlightenment. And this is exactly what Milarepa have achieved. This is exactly what Lama Tsongkhapa have achieved. All the Kadama Masters have achieved one lifetime enlightenment because of that. So may I be like the obedient son, acting exactly in accordance with the Guru's advice. So what is the Guru's advice? Is to, Guru's advice is to know your mind. Guru's advice is to know the real of yourself, know the real of the real nature of your mind. The Guru's advice is to actualize the absolute, the most beneficial attitude and most beneficial wisdom, the attitude of altruism, the wisdom of emptiness, and liberate yourself, from all the flaws. So that's Guru's advice. So in other words, Guru's advice is learn the Dharma, contemplate in Dharma, meditate on Dharma, and actualize the path. Actualize all the realization on the stages of the path. So that's Guru's advice. Guru's advice is never to indulge in a worldly concern. Guru's advice is never to indulge in worldly concern, and always, stay inseparable from developing yourself in the practice of Dharma. That's Guru's advice. Guru's advice is always take good care of yourself. Meaning, Guru's advice is never to surrender yourself under the control of negative emotions, negativities. Guru's advice is always, fill your heart with the virtue or the Dharma attitude and wisdom. Guru's advice is be in the service of preservation of Dharma, meaning actualizing realization in the path. Be in the service of sentient being. Means accumulate merit by being in the service of sentient being. Something like that. So correctly following that is, like being an obedient son. Then second one, even when Mara's evil friends and the like try to split me from the Guru, may I be like a Vajra, inseparable forever. So Vajra is, example of indestructible, immovable, the hardest phenomena. So in the journey of our spiritual practice, in particular in relation to the Guru, Guru Yoga practice, the Guru-disciple relationship, can occur so many obstacles on the way because the practice is so precious. As being so precious, the maras also will overwhelm, obstacle also overwhelm. So obstacle like such as maras. So maras here is very much talking about the negative emotions, negative emotions. Then the karmic, negative karmic influences, like such as that which manifests into spirit harms, like that. So, the ego can be the one of the worst mara that may comes in your way. How how can I completely submit myself under the control of Guru? So that's ego, and that's ignorant. And that's the mara. Then when your emotional objective in relation to Guru is not fulfilled, you get upset. And that is the mara. Then or you misunderstood the relationship with your Guru. You develop attachment. Instead of inspiration, the spiritual devotion, but then you express the ordinary desirous attachment to the Guru, emotional attachment to the Guru. That's mara. That's mara. Then jealousy, when the Guru show the manifestation of being more close, giving more time to other disciple, or showing some sense of ignoring you, and be more time, more caring to other disciples, you get jealousy, you get uneasy. That's the mara. That's mara. That will cause you to split from your Guru. That will cause you to break the Guru Yoga Samaya, Guru devotion practice. You see, evil friends, and you never know who that may be. Could be your business partner. So that when you devote when you devote yourself to the Guru, and you may say that what can be more important than the money? Why you just waste so much time with this funny people, so-called Guru, so wasting your time. Rather you should focus on your business, if possible. Could be your partner. I saw even some circle of friends that after they meet their partner, their Guru Yoga practice degenerate terribly, and the partner obstruct, be in the service of the Guru. I remember there's one very wealthy practitioner. He has more than enough for himself and his wife and children, and the wealth it seems he can enjoy a few lifetimes, even he don't work. So he was being very generous, serving, even materially to the Guru, and he spent so much time retreat and practices. Then he met a partner, and the partner initially sounds like also very good practitioner, but then partner like obstruct, So how can you offer all this money? Then I will be totally, then we may not have food to eat. Can you imagine? But the guy has wealth that can enough for 3 lifetimes, maybe 4 lifetimes. But now here the pressure is like, if you be so generous like that, if you don't work hard, if you spend so much time doing retreat, spending time with your guru, then I may not have food to eat. Then the partner was really getting into trouble, and he really have to limit everything, and just to please the partner. He has to limit everything. Yes, you have to be balanced, understandable, but then this can be his obstacle, in this very, and how long you're going to live, how much time that you have time with such a precious guru in your life, but then during this favorable time, your time is completely occupied, deep diving into a more worldly way. So it's very hard. It also happens like that. Then it may comes in the form of even a spiritual friend. So someone, maybe they just talk about their guru, and they don't talk about your guru. Maybe your guru don't have any fame and don't have anything. It's even though he or she is your Buddha, but in the outside world is nobody. But then someone is very qualified, or even the other person, for other person, for he or her guru may be unbelievable. Then you just kind of shift your focus from your existing guru to the new guru. It also happens. Then not only that, worse than that, then people project flaws in your guru. Then when you hear, then you get disturbed. Your devotion degenerates, etc. All these are obstacle. Then spirit, the spirit can come in the form, in the human form, in the human, but then they have this negative spirit, negative mind that try to split you from your guru. Also happens. Or then some are formless spirits, when they see your path is developing, then they obstacle like meeting the guru, having time with the guru, receiving teaching from the guru, etc., etc. Then your ordinary mind start to hijack your guru yoga practice by thinking that, okay, there's no purpose for me to relate with this person because I don't receive any teaching. I don't get chance to see he or him. So I should give up. I rather move on with the new guru, who can always be with me, etc. Like that, So all these can be obstacle. Try to split you from the guru to whom that you already established guru-disciple relationship. In that kind of situation, this is just a few examples. May I be like a Vajra, inseparable forever. Whatever kind of obstacle comes in your way, for you, your guru is your Buddha. Your protector, your deity, meditational deity, your refuge. That relationship, no one can obstruct you. So you carry that image of Vajra mind, indestructible Vajra conviction and faith in relation to your guru. When the guru, then third one is, when the guru give me work, whatever the burden, may I be like earth, carrying it all. So, so even how hard it is, be like the earth, carrying all. In the burden, the job, the commitment, that may comes on you from the guru could be nasty one. Conventionally look like nasty. Is unreasonable kind, or unimmeasurable in your capabilities. That may comes in the practice, in a homework, like commitments. That may comes in the some kind of assigning, certain responsibilities. When you think, when you look at through your ordinary mind, it's like impossible that you have capability to achieve those tasks. But as a ripened disciple, when you receive such kind of instruction, you just say yes, and you do everything in your very best. You without any sense of you are burdened, without any sense of you are pressured, without any sense of like guru is being inconsiderable, without any sense of like thinking that guru didn't understand me, and guru give me such a task beyond my capability. Not like that. Whatever task that given to you, you just do it, and you just do your very best, and that's the best. So that kind of courageous heart that we need to develop. You see, because whatever the homework, or the duty that guru give to us, is all our tools for us to purify our karma, accumulate merits. Then there are many things the guru can see the capability in us that our ordinary mind won't ever, unable to see them. You see, so like that. So, so therefore, in this kind of situation, if you don't have a basic qualification, then how you going to handle it? It's not easy. So these are very profound practice, very very profound practice for beginner. Like me, no way. Even in the thought to just to imagine to practice is so hard. In actual action, not easy. Not easy, you see. So then one thing, if we rely on a qualified guru, then and as yourself as a ripened disciple, whatever work, whatever responsibility given to us, all will be, in fact, if you examine logically, examine with clear mind, for long-term benefit, you look at the task from bigger picture, you will realize that it's all the truth for your benefit to purify karma, accumulate merits, solely for the benefit of you alone, like that, and will never give you a task that something is non-virtuous. Will never give you a task that something is non-virtuous. You see, because gurus are, is highest in the skills, and one of the basic qualification of the guru is compassion. So will never, burden us with, negative tasks. You see, so that's like that. So, but if in case that you happen to rely on a guru who actually is ordinary, and then if there's any negative task that put onto you, even by examining logically or from a bigger picture, and seeing there's a faults, then even in the Lamrim emphasize that you can respectfully clarify it with your guru. So this is also very important. If there's a Guru will never give, Guru will never burden us, or Guru will never give us a task which by nature is negative, or by its circumstances is negative, or by its circumstances, bring negative result. So without making a judgment, emotional judgment, but deep thinking, logical thinking, that if you see any, by nature is negative, or by circumstances is negative, or by it is cultivation that it will bring negative result, then you can explain to the Guru, but with much respect, much respectful way. The word that you use, the gesture you approach should be so respectful way, and not sense of kind of like against the Guru, fighting with the Guru. It's just simply, in the sense of that, due to limitations of my own mind, due to ignorance, I may didn't get the full picture. So just for the clarification, then you consult the Guru. You can do like that. But as far as a qualified Guru will never give you any task which is by nature is negative, or by circumstances is a negative. Like that. Then fourth one is when I follow the Guru, whatever suffering occurs, may I be like a mountain immovable. So follow the Guru. When I follow the Guru, then the job is to practice on the path. And practicing on the path is not pleasant one. Practice on the path can be quite harsh. Practicing Dharma cannot expect will be so joyful, so happy, so pleasant. Practicing Dharma can be sometimes harsher than those harsh experiences that we go through in samsara experience, because of the purification is taking place. When we practice Dharma, and when the purification happened, when the heavy negative karmas are purified, the processes can be very harsh. So there are some cases that by intense practice, you may lose everything. You may lose all your wealth. You may lose all your family. All family will give up on you. Or you just want to do retreat. It's a get out of my house. That may also possible. Then there's even danger of even the health degenerations because of intense practices. Such kind of thing also possible to occur, and many do occur like that. But these are those. If this occur when you are you are in the stage of mature practitioner, in a sustainable Guru Yoga practice, then you will achieve benefit after benefit, from out of those experiences. But if you are not matured, then you may give up. And when you give up because of not fully matured as a student and not fully rely on a qualified teacher, then that is a real disaster. You really become a true poor person, poor in worldly life and poor in practice. You have no cave to go and you have no home to go. You may become like that. You haven't achieved illusory body, but you also don't have this proper, human, structured body. You see? Your heart will be totally empty, but then not emptiness. Your heart is like totally sink, into complete lost. but not in the wisdom of emptiness awakened. You see, so so therefore, is have to be extremely careful. So therefore, at the beginning, as a beginner practitioner, you have to take very steady development, in our spiritual practice, starting from this guru devotion practice. You have to be very steady. You see, once you really engage into it, then you really need to become like a vajra, immovable. You really need to, even whatever suffering that comes in your way, really be like the mountain, immovable. You see. So then the more the suffering comes away, the more the intensify your practice. The more the suffering comes in your way, you rejoice. You feel blessed. You feel blessed because you see the purification is so powerful, powerfully taking place. It's not like imagining. It's really purifying, really purifying. You see, when my late master, when the last stage of his life, he was going through this, complete dissolvtion of his physical body. From conventional, from outlook, looks so painful, and not only that, and throughout the one whole year, he went through this, dying process, and every single day, when the physical body is getting more and more sick, he become more and more joyful, and he is singing song, the whole life, praying, aspiring, may all sentient beings suffering ripen upon me. May all my happiness ripen on others. Now it's really happening, and this is truly Guru's blessing. They say, wow, they start to sing song, like those spiritual songs, rejoicing songs. See, and you can see the glow in the face. You can see the glow around the master. You see from your own eye. But physically is sick, getting more and more sick every single day. Until the death die. It happened. But you see, so this is what it meant. Otherwise, if we are not virtued, then you see, I've been practicing whole life. Dharma is not helping me. Huh? I thought Dharma will help me, first of all, not to die, but I'm dying. And the secondly, I've been practicing medicine Buddha whole life, but then now I get sick. Medicine Buddha is like it seems like false. And immature practitioner do say like that. There are many Buddhist practitioners, when they are in trouble, they give up Dharma. They give up refuge, they give up Guru. Many. My own, this short period of my journey around the world with, and interacting with so many spiritual practitioners, and some are much more senior practitioner than me, in Western community, in Chinese community, in Tibetan community. The moment obstacles struck in them, they give up Dharma. They give up their Guru. They give up everything. See, there's one student was met the gurus even before I was born, but didn't carry this 3 student qualification. Non-partisan. Remember that the meaning of non-partisan means you are very clear, your objective of your spirituality, whether to do with Guru devotion or renunciation, bodhicitta, emptiness, sutra, tantra, is absolutely only for the liberation, for the future lifetime's benefit. Nothing to do with the worldly concern. Nothing to do with worldly concern. That's called non-partisan attitude. With that qualification, you relate to the Guru, the Dharma. Then, when your business collapse, you won't give up the Dharma. When you health crisis, you won't give up the Dharma. Otherwise you will give up. And that person, when this one person, when business collapse, give up the guru right there, or give up the refuge, and has so many holy objects. All the holy objects discard from the home. You see, so and has connection to unbelievable living gurus. And close connection, close in the sense that the lot of interaction more than many other students. And also behave, they also be benefactor. Because of that, also there's a lot of the close interaction with the guru, either in the Dharma circle. Then they have so many initiations. But then when the business collapse right there, so Dharma doesn't work, Guru didn't work, all the holy object didn't work, and literally everything given up. Everything given up, and I saw that. You see, and there are practitioners that just recently I saw one woman who is very elderly age, whole life devoted Buddhist practitioner, very devoted, has connection to Chinese Buddhist, Tibetan Buddhist, even Theravadan Buddhist, but then suddenly got cancer. He said, Dharma doesn't make any sense. So now I don't practice. Say I don't believe in all this. Did it help me? So scary, isn't it? Whole life is elderly age, or because of sickness, like that, you see. And many given up because of business collapse. Many given up because of business collapse, even among my own student, within this short period of lifetime, initially, I can see, when the business goes up, their dedication goes up. When business goes, a little bit obstacle comes, their dedication goes down like that, like stock market. It's a very, very fast fluctuating. Then when and very, very superstitious practice, very superstitious. It's very superstitious. The faith is very superstitious. The devotion is very superstitious. The conviction in the practice is very superstitious. You see, and the superstitious is very much worldly concern. You see, any spiritual practice that has the superstitious, the subject, the mind that which apprehending the Dharma is superstitious mind, then everything is worldly. You see, so therefore, you see, so we really when we need to come to a point that when the tragedy happens, the guru, the Dharma, your practice, it highlights to you. When the glorious thing happens to you, guru, Dharma, all these things highlights to you. You need to be like that. When problem comes in your way, then you start to look for some better solution other than the guru, other than the Dharma, other than your practice. Then already you see the limitation in your practice. Whenever good thing happens to you, you start to celebrate out of, guru keeping in the heart, Dharma giving in the heart. And so that meaning there's another dependence. Then the main dependence is other than your guru, other than your spiritual practice. See? Yeah, so like that. Yeah, so yeah, so the journey cannot expect everything is pleasant. Our spiritual journey cannot expect everything is pleasant. And the relation to the guru also cannot expect everything is pleasant. But if you relate to the guru, with the ripened disciples quality, then yes, everything is pleasant. Everything you see is beneficial, you see. But then if you relate emotionally, then incorrectly, then relating to guru can be quite a suffering. Quite a suffering. Yeah. Then, especially if you develop attachment to your guru, can cause unbelievable suffering. Then, yeah, especially if you emotional attachment to the guru, that can be very, very danger. Then, in the lifetime, if the guru don't pleases your attachment, you always get upset, intense upset. Then if guru really also depart from the physical existence, it really can torture you. You see, so we have to relate to a guru, that seeing guru in Dharmakaya, then that really establish inseparable guru yoga, inseparable matured guru yoga practice in us, that which we see never separating. You see, guru's absent, you need to interpret as a teaching to you. Guru's care, you need to interpret as a guru's teaching to you. Whatever action relate to you, whatever behavior guru relate to you, we need to interpret as a teaching to you. So your purpose of relating to the guru is to receive teaching only. Your relating to the guru is receive teaching, receive Dharma, nothing more than that. Receive Dharma. You see, Buddha's purpose, purpose of Buddha came into existence is reveal the Dharma only, nothing more than that. Reveal the Dharma and stay as your inspiration. You see, you see, Buddha's actual physical present, as long as his Dharma teaching is available, whether his physical existence is present or not, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. As long as we cultivate Buddha's teaching, then the purpose of Buddha descending into this world is fulfilled. Similar like that, Guru's purpose is to reveal the Dharma. As long as the Dharma is available to you, you see, again, the availability of Dharma not just doesn't mean only talking, only reading text, commentary or initiation. Your interpretation of the Dharma knowledge in all actions of the Guru, and that is the Dharma. You see, so until if Guru scold you, instead of giving a Dharma teaching, emptiness, Guru rather kind of like scold you, be bit harsh in his word, you understand as a very powerful mantra is recited to you to dispel your inner outer secret obstacle and actualize wisdoms and merits like that. You see, until an example, if instead of Guru expressing so much care, he slap you, you're able to have the interpretation of you have just get the most powerful initiation. Most powerful initiation. The Buddha is placed on my head. Usually during initiation, the vase is placed on our head, Vajra is placed on our head, bell is placed on our head. But here, the whole Buddha relics is placed on your heart or your cheek, slap. Even that, you interpret as an initiation like that. So these are just few examples. What I mean by receiving teaching all the time. Receiving teaching all the time. So you interpret everything. As far as concerned with learning Dhamma wisdom, as long as you get a valid book, You can read there, then you can learn from qualified teachers. But the blessing, the channeling of the blessing of the Dharma, you stay intact, the relation between you and Guru. So you cultivate the Guru Yoga practice with the Guru. Then, as far as concerned with the knowledge, if you get opportunity to learn from the Guru, him or herself, you learn it. If not, you can learn from others. Like Shakyamuni Buddha's teaching, we learn from so many other teachers, so many books. But our Guru Yoga practice with Guru Shakyamuni Buddha is intact. So as long as the refuge is intact with the Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, we, ever flowing of the nectar of blessing is always there. But we lose that, but then we keep extracting so many knowledge from everywhere. That won't be helpful. You see. Okay. Then even if I have to perform very unpleasant tasks, may I be like a servant of the king with a mind undisturbed. So you see, so we have practiced until like that. Even in case, we need to perform unpleasant tasks, like Geshe Zopa, when he take care of his sick master, even need to clear species with the hand. That's quite unpleasant, isn't it? But because of his true practice, it is privilege for him, and like that. So even in our lifetime, if there's any unpleasant task fall onto us, through Guru, we should be privileged, as a part of purification, as a accumulation merit. So don't get disturbed, our mind, especially if you already established Guru-disciple relationship with someone, then if that someone, that Guru is not actually, is qualified, but then you already established that practice, and for your own benefit of spiritual development, from your side, you'll never degenerate your faith. But then physically, as like you're distant from that person, because there's, there's act of harmfulness, occur. But from your heart, you still not to what you call not to make a negative judgment, not to lose your faith, not to lose your faith, and whatever those negative experiences that came through you, in your heart, you just regard as this is a purification practice. But in such situation, physically, verbally communication, you stay distant, but your devotion still stay intact, and never to disturb your heart, or unfortunately that now I saw faults in my Guru, so sad, not like that. You still try to train your heart to see that person as a Buddha, but to protect yourself from the negative impact, then physically and verbally you can distant. So there's such advice there. So even have to perform every unpleasant task, may I be like a servant of the king with the mind disturbed. Then, having abandoned pride, holding myself lower than the Guru, may I be like a sweeper. So seeing yourself as a trainee, as as a samsaric being, and having full conviction the Guru is enlightened Buddha, then guiding you, to liberate from these oceans of samsaric existence. So in understanding of that, then it's just you really regard supreme, and offer veneration through your body, speech, and mind. So never to, uh, when you see someone as a Buddha, then you will never think I'm smarter than anybody. I'm greater than that person, isn't it? So there's a benefit of practicing like that. That helps to um, keep ourselves in humility. Because our ego, uh, may see limitation in the guru. So in order not to happen that, then just always regard yourself as lower than the guru. Then may I be like a rope, joyfully holding the guru's work, no matter how difficult or heavy a burden. Guru's work, so be always fulfill all the guru's activities to the benefit of sentient being, in relation to the benefit of sentient being, in relation to preservation of Dharma. So in your very best, the one of the best way to do that is living yourself in the practice. And if you have resources, if you are good in speaking, then use your talent to fulfill Guru's task. If you are physically skilled, certain talent, fulfill Guru's task, and economically, whatever resources that you may have that can able to fulfill Guru's preservation of the Dharma and benefit of sentient being. So this is what it meant. May I be like a rope, joyfully holding the Guru's work, no matter how difficult or heavy a burden it may be. So like that. Like us, each and every one of us has our own different talent. Like this very now, we are serving our root guru, Shakyamuni Buddha. You see, like myself, my talent is, I enjoy, living in the vow, individual liberation vow, and learning Dharma, and I study to share the Dharma. And now, I enjoy sharing the Dharma. I should enjoy sharing the Dharma. I should rejoice able to share the Dharma, and I should never retire, never give up. As long as you're able to, you do it. And this is, because I have no other capabilities, no other resources that I can be like a rope joyfully holding the Guru's work. I have no other capabilities, and this little thing that what I am capable, I dedicate entire rest of my life, like including keeping the vow purely. Even that you use that, you see, and practicing yourself, like that. So each and every one of you has your own capabilities in many different ways, Then the in-person gurus, individually you have your own individual spiritual guru to whom you have established guru-disciple relationship, where the guru is really, exists as an object of your accumulation of merit, purification of karma, true liberator. Then whatever capability you have, you use them. You see, and that's the greatest practice. That's the best practice for accumulation of merit, purification of karma. You see, and that's the way how Guru liberate us, out of these oceans of samsara. Liberate us in the state of, even including enlightenment. This is the way, like that. And all the past disciples in relation to their gurus have practiced like that. Even in our time, our gurus, our immediate gurus, they practice like that in relation to their guru. Like such as my late master, his guru say, you just go into the cave and meditate, and he did the rest of his life without even one moment of doubt, without concern of anything, he just dedicate his rest of his life, like that, like that. Even when the guru criticizes, provoke, or ignore me, may I be like a dog, never responding with anger. Like that, you see. But if the guru, if is really qualified guru, will never do that. Will never, will never provoke, ignore, provoke or ignore you. Never will do that. Criticize you, never. The qualified guru will never criticize you, will never provoke you, will never ignore you. If you see that the guru is behaving like that, it's your projection. You are relating, through your ordinary mind. You see, and sometime in the world, in today's modern guru, sometimes they don't. There's so many self-proclaimed gurus also there. That's also true. There's a self-proclaimed realize emptiness practitioners, self-proclaimed holinesses, self-proclaimed lamas, gurus. There are many also out there like that. Degenerated time, then they see these teachings. They didn't go into deep meaning. They saw like that. Oh, in Tibet, or in India, the great Mahasiddhas behave like that. Then this modern guru also try to behave like that to their disciple. They try to be like a wrestler. Want to boxing with their disciple like that. That also happens. So, and that's not right. You see, because guru is the spiritual inspirational example. It's a guru is the inspirational figure, and it's the inspirational figure of your spiritual path, the Buddhist path, Buddha Dharma. Every Buddha Dharma teaching has to be infused with element of compassion, peace, and selfless. Right view and right attitude. If that element is not there, it hasn't qualified anything to do with Buddhists. If there's no element of peace, gentleness, kindness, compassion, in one word is peace and selfless. Attitude of peace, view of selfless is not there, then it doesn't qualify to be anything to do with Buddhist practice. So guru is ultimate Dharmakaya. Guru is Buddha. Guru is the Dharma. Guru is the Sangha, and guru behave violently. Guru behave negatively, then that against the basic Buddhist principle. It's a basic Buddhist principle, you see. It's one of the main qualities of the guru is compassion. Compassion, that's minimum needed. So if you have compassion to your disciple, how can you hurt your disciple? How can you be violent to your disciple? It's impossible. Logically, it doesn't make sense, isn't it? No way. You see, you have to illustrate, the gentleness, peacefulness, compassionate, you see. But if you don't understand deep in the teaching, then in the past time, some guru manifests like this and like that. That is to a very high level. The disciple is already like a Milarepa, and the guru is like a Marpa. Then there are certain unbelievable manifestations of roughness occurs. In today's time, it's so difficult to get such a ripened disciple like and the guru is not gentle, how are you going to subdue the disciple, isn't it? Guru has to be gentle. Guru has to be so gentle, so loving. You see? So this is my understanding. This is my thinking like that. In today's time, manifestation, Buddha's manifestation, and Guru manifests into all sort of worse in the worldly way. How possible to subdue disciple? How possible to benefit teaching? They say, oh, in the past happened like that. The 80 Mahasiddhas have behaved like that. Great, Milarepa, Marpa have behaved like that. So now also, thing like that. It doesn't work like that. You see, if the gurus cannot show the example of peace, compassion, selfless, then who going to show? Oneself as a disciple, desperate here, completely enveloped with the thick, ignorant and delusions and karma. You need a light of inspiration that who show that antidote. But the antidote also is worse than your behavior. And how disciple going to be liberated, isn't it? You see. So sometimes it's immature. Didn't really study the Dharma in depth. Just saw the surface, some stories. Then you claim as your guru. You claim as your spiritual practitioner. Then you just behave whatever you like. Some more you behave worse than the very rebellious worldly people. So that is totally contradict the Dharma, isn't it? Totally contradict the Dharma. Yeah. So it is not gurus or the practitioners to behave negatively. It is disciples' job to train our mind. If in case such improper misbehaviors or such there, then it is our benefit, it's our students' job to train ourselves not to negatively interpret it. You see, from our side, any negativity we see, we take the responsibility. Say it is fault of my false view. If I see any negativities in the guru, if I see any negativities in any good practitioner, then you regard for your own benefit, your own practice. Say this is my own hallucination. This is my own delusion. I project that. But that doesn't mean the practitioner or the guru, purposely should misbehave to the disciple, so that disciple can practice pure view. It is not like that. But people do misinterpret like that, So that's why this is also it's important. So this is the area sometimes this disqualified guru, self-proclaimed guru may take advantage. They say, I should behave whatever I like. This is your job to have a pure view. See me Buddha. May do like that. Make a big mistake. So it's not like that. You see. So yeah. So this is not a teaching to the disciples. It's more teaching to the gurus, self-proclaimed gurus. Self-proclaimed gurus have to be very careful. Have to be very careful, especially in degenerate time. Even how hard it is, you have to behave as subdued as possible, as kind as possible, as pure as possible. Even though the guru in your room, you're wild. You do. But when you relate to the disciple, you really have to be very subdued. You really have to pretend to be like Buddha. Also, you have to pretend. Even it's pretending. Also, you have to pretend. You cannot behave negatively in relation to the disciple. so like that. But then, of course, if it's really like Milarepa like a disciple and Marpa like a guru meets, then even today's time, go ahead. Like in that time, then it's okay. But for ordinary being like us, it doesn't work that way. Okay.
Sorry, I'm sorry for distraction. Then it says, may I be like a ferry boat, never upset at any time to come and go for the guru. Hmm? So, so in other words, you always make available to guru's, follow guru's instruction. Then again, one of the most important thing is in keeping your commitments, like such as daily commitments purely in your practices. So it's like each time that there's certain commitments, you go back to the commitment, it's like guru calling you. Your time to go there, you achieve, you fulfilled, like that. Then conventionally, there may be the guru may give you certain paths, guru may really, call you for certain responsibility. Then you are ready, all you're ready ever, all the time. So this means like that. Yeah. In short, it's always readiness. In the practice. In timely, whenever you needed to do retreat to help yourself to improve, you should do retreat. It means like the guru called you to do the retreat for your progress of your, like if you have taken high school tantra initiation, 6 session guru yoga, it's like 6 times, 3 times a day, 3 times a night. Each time, timely you do, is like calling, guru is calling, and never do. When you forget all those tasks, it's like you are going away, in guru's order, like that. And then when any negative emotion arises, guru always advise, guard your 3 doors. But then when anger arises, you let the anger to do whatever anger likes. Then you didn't be present when the guru called you. You can also understand like that. You see, so timely guarding your 3 doors, then sustaining your Dharma practice. So these are be in the present timely whenever guru calls. So then, in other ways is, guru may give you, say, okay, suddenly one ripened disciple, ripened guru call up and say, okay, you should go into retreat. Then without any hesitation, you should go. And guru says, oh, I want you to be right here, just be doing this particular course or this particular activity, without any, that you should regard as a first priority, and commit to yourself. That much kind of commitment that you practice. Okay, then and that's it. That's the 9 attitude. Briefly, then there's a. It says, glorious and precious Guru, please bless me to be able to practice in this way. From now on and in all my future lives, may I be able to devote myself to the virtuous friend in this way. So this is a supplication that always, good to do. So here, Rinpoche, Geshe Lama Zopa Rinpoche said, if you recite this word aloud and mentally reflect on their meaning, you will have the good fortune to be able to devote yourself correctly to the virtuous friend in life, in afterlives. So, so you can recite this. So there's also a tune if you want to recite in Tibetan. Tenpa yo ban zayawe laya maya re che yang dai ye yang de ne yang bai je lo de ne so de se ra mo je ye So you can recite like that, then meditate, something like that. Thank you. So that's it. You see, if with this 9 attitude you serve and respect the virtuous friend, even if you do not practice intentionally, you will naturally develop excellent qualities within your mind stream and complete the extensive merit of virtue, thereby quickly becoming a perfect, complete Buddha. Thank you. You have any question? Then otherwise we stop here.
Thank you, Geshe. So, Geshe, you mentioned not to relate the guru with attachment. Could you explain a little bit more about that, please?
Okay, Guru. So, if anything, relation to Guru, concern of this life is attachment. If any ways that you relate to the Guru in the concern of your future lifetime benefit, benefit of liberation, enlightenment, is inspiration. So I can differentiate like that. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Good night. Take care.